Welcome back, everybody. This is Pick and Roll, the NBA betting show that's live every weekday morning right here on the Board YouTube channel, part of the Hammer Betting Network. And we're back after 4 straight profitable days on the show on either side of the NBA All-Star break. But nonetheless, we're looking to make it 5 in a row today with 3 free picks on the way for the Friday slate. We still have a pretty sizable Friday slate to work with, and there is a lot that Pips like. So if you're ready to get started, make sure you do hit that like button, and please as well make sure you're subscribed to the channel to keep up to date with all the content that we have coming your way. All right, one last verification on the picks for today. We have 2 SGPs available at DraftKings, one of which you can even get superior odds at ESPN Bet, and we have a player prop on the way at Caesars Sportsbook. All right, everything looks set for us to get going here, so let's get into those wagers. First of all, we are going to be going to the Heat and the Pelicans game to be taking Zion Williamson on an SGP under 26.5 points and over 3.5 assists. That is minus 110 at DraftKings once again. Let's go to the second play, which is also at DraftKings. This one is minus 120 on the SGP. We're going to be getting Scotty Barnes on the over on points after we hit the under yesterday. We're going to take over today instead at 18 plus, and we're going to go to Trae Young's over as well at 20 plus points. Again, those combine for minus 120 odds. At DraftKings, you can get better odds at ESPN Bet if that is available in your region. For this first bet, the alt lines are not available yet. They could become available for Zion later on, so depending when you're watching, have a look. But as of right now, you can play that at DraftKings. The third play that we have is available at Caesars. It is Tobias Harris under 18.5 points. That is minus 113 over there as the 76ers host the Cavaliers. All right, back to the first pick. Zion Williamson on the SGP, going with a bit of correlation here for the under on points and over on assists. Pips, you can take us through this play.
Yeah, this is mostly lately Zion initiator, Zion ball handler is a thing. His potential assist went up to the 11 per game, which is enough for like 6 to 7 assists a game. So getting this line against the Miami Heat, who are like one of the teams that collapsed the most, is a great stuff. And I can see the game going like driving kick from Zion. If you take a look at the matchup, as you can see, that everyone knows that Zion is scoring 80% of his points at the rim. We have Miami allowing second least points at the rim. If you take a look at the play types, they don't allow second least free throws. They don't allow isolation points. They don't allow points to the pick and roll ball handler, and they don't allow transition points. Like if you take a look, like that's 60% of his points, and they are top 5 in almost everything. So yeah, very difficult matchup for the first Zion scoring wise, but I can see him having a good assist game, creation game, driving kick, call out defense, and then kick out to great shooters like CJ McCollum, Trey Murphy, and probably Hawkins getting some minutes, and Brandon Ingram. And if you take a look at his clear rate at 26.5, he is having a tough time in the entire season against this line. He's under in 75% of the games, and I think it's a good correlation when team build a wall in front of him. He's usually clearing the assist and not the points. So yeah, I just love like this correlation between these two bets for Zion tonight.
Yeah, Zion this season just hasn't really been at the same scoring level as years past. Perhaps it's just the Pelicans wanting to make sure he stays healthy, but definitely Zion at his best is when he's like basically playing as a point guard. I think it's so fun to watch him play that. And as you said, that's what they've been doing as of late. So there we have the Zion play. Let's go to the second play. Yesterday, it was the Scotty Barnes under against a good rim protecting team. Didn't really pan out that way, but it still stayed under. But today, not a good rim protection team, going with Scotty over 18 points, or 18 plus points rather. And then you also have added in Trae Young 20 plus. Bit of a matchup between our teams here. This is your second team, my only team. Yeah, talk to us about why our guys, both all-stars, we're going to go over here.
I mentioned it last night. We bet Barnes under against good rim protection, and it works opposite for terrible rim protection. His correlation between performance and playing against poor or good rim protection. If you take a look at what we did here, like I used filters to filter out top 10 rim protections, and the top 10 and against worst 10 defensive ratings in the league, and he's clearing this in 16 out of 18 games with 22.1 points average. As you can see on the shot map below, Hawks allow second most points at the rim. They are terrible spot up defense. They're terrible transition defense. All where Scotty Barnes like performs best. And 3 games against the Hawks this season, 27, 23, 24 points. He should smash in this spot. Also, good thing for Scotty Barnes, he's been probably one of the best performers this season in back-to-back games. He averaged 4 more points in back-to-back games, and he's already signed 8 out of the 10 back-to-back games. So he doesn't have any troubles with conditioning. He's doing great in back-to-back games, so I don't think it should be a problem. And he didn't play much last night as it was a blowout,
Yeah,
so should
31.
be good in this
Yeah,
spot.
yeah,
Other
31
part
minutes,
of
31
the
yesterday.
you can like add a bit on Scotty Barnes against the Hawks. I think it's been a thing for on this channel for
Oh
this
yeah,
season.
oh yeah.
I think like I saw some casual bettors, like random guys on Twitter just saying like, oh, Barnes Wagoon against 4 rim defenses on over and under against good. Like everyone already
Yeah,
knows this, so
and
this is
he
a good
was
spot.
Barnes was extraordinarily engaged yesterday. If we get that
Yeah,
again today,
yeah, that's one of the reasons. Like, yeah, it was the difficult matchup. Okay, he's performing good in difficult matchup, being very aggressive. Like he's he that three early and like showed it in Mikhail Bridges' face.
yeah.
Like he was
Well, there was
engaged.
that. The very first play of the game, he blocked a Simmons layup and then went coast to coast and laid it up through contact. That like the very like within 20 seconds of the game starting, he did both those. That was yeah.
So
He
yeah,
was
I
locked in.
agree. Is like half aggressive against the Hawks. That should be
Absolutely.
easy. Second part of the bet is Trae Young. His regular line is a bit low at 23.5. But even I'm just like going with 2 players on lower lines because blowout you never know. So I'm just going with this. Trae Young when playing teams outside top 10 defensive ratings and Raptors are not there. Is over in 27 and 30 games, 90 points, 90% clear rate, 28.8 points average. Smashed this line in all 3 games against the Raptors this season. I think he had 30 plus in all 3 easily. We had his over in 2 out of those 3s. We won on Trae Young overs. Now trying third time. Yeah, I just love it. Like this game should be like 250 points to like range, and yeah, I expect Bart and Trae Young to be the leading scorers for both of their teams. So I wouldn't be surprised if he get 30 and 35 from either. So yeah, I think this is a good spot to bet both of these. And also, last time they played, they blitzed Trae Young a lot in the first half, but Jacob wasn't playing. So with Jacob back, I think they will stay with him probably in drop coverage and be like, okay, Trae, shoot your step back threes and floaters. So I see it that way. So that could also help Trae Young.
Yeah, agreed. Trae has absolutely torched the Raptors this season. Even if he has a slow start, like yeah, I think there was one game in a slow first half. He went ballistic in the second half. Yeah, the Raptors can't really handle pick and rolls all too well, so Trae Young should feast there.
I think
Go ahead.
we could see maybe even Scotty Barnes with Trae Young at some point of the game, or
Yeah, maybe actually.
yeah. So that could be
Entirely
insane.
possible. That's the matchup that the Raptors go with. All right, final play for today is the Tobias Harris play under 13.5. Why are we fading Tobias against the Cavaliers?
Uh, I read that Melton should be back tonight. Ubre is already there. Hill is playing great. Maxi is playing at insane usage. So even though Embiid is out, they have healthy Ubre and they added Hill. So like it's not like Tobias Harris will have huge usage. He came back last night and performed against the. He had some injury problems lately, and he came back last night against the Knicks. who were without OG Anunoby, so he wasn't going against him. And he scored 7 points in 27 minutes and didn't look great at all. So now he's playing against the good defensive team. So he's scoring like 66% of his points from the paint. As we can see, Cleveland Cavaliers are like very, very good at paint defense, like top five combined. Rim defense, paint defense. He's scoring a lot of his points through transition and spot up. Cavs are eighth best at both defending. And this graphic shows with Tyrese Maxey, without Joel Embiid, without even mentioning adding Melton, Ubre, and Kiel now. So yeah, his usage should be down, and even without them, he wasn't clear this line at all this season. So yeah, he's under in 7 out of the 11, and now playing at back to back after not looking great tonight and scoring only 7 points in a game with same team, and now adding Melton back. I just think very difficult matchup, and I lean under, and this could be a blowout easily for the Cavs, especially if Mitchell is back playing. 76ers on back to back, and without Embiid, that could be a blowout. And yeah, I just didn't like what I saw from Tobias Harris last night, so I'm back to fading Tobias Harris. And I love to have like some unders, and they went great yesterday.
All right, there we go. With the unders yesterday, I mean, we can talk about the plays from yesterday. First of all, it was a 2-0 day. That makes it 4 straight profitable days on the show. Yesterday was 2-0 to keep that streak going, and it was 2-0 as a result of the Barnes under, and it was the Jason Tatum under. So both games, the score line definitely helped us out. Barnes had 18 points. He had 10 very early. Looked like this one was toast, but in the end, barely plays in the second half, and I don't even think he touched the court in the fourth quarter as a result of where the game was. The Raptors blew out the Brooklyn Nets in the end, so Scotty stays on 18 under his 21.5 line. Amazing closing line value on both of these plays, by the way. Jason Tatum under 27.5 points. He stayed at 25. We don't really recommend playing these at complete different numbers, but I know this one moved quickly. So if you did get it at 26.5, it was still a winner there. He doesn't play the full game because the Celtics crushed the Bulls. So I didn't watch the Tatum one, but for the Barnes one, wasn't really going to plan. But I mean, I think it was about time that on the show, one
I
of the
would say
plays. Go
Barnes
ahead.
was the close one. He actually started fourth quarter, played 3 minutes, then was
Right.
pulled out, and he was supposed to come back, I think, with 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So we had like 6 minutes. If it wasn't a blowout, 6 more minutes, and him being able to score only 3 more points, it will be probably negative on our side if he came back. Yeah, but blowouts,
Hey,
the
what
thing
I'm what
with
I'm saying is, it's about time on the show that we got some luck like
yeah,
that because there's so many
for,
times
for
where that
sure.
goes
But
against us.
that's the thing with blowouts, like with unders. Like blowouts are part of the reasoning, and handicap always can happen no matter the spread, especially with teams like Nets and Raptors. And the thing is, you don't know which side is it going to happen, and exactly what happened. Like no one expected the Raptors to blow out Nets. So yeah, like always, like part of handicap with unders. Tatum went out with 25 with 2 minutes left, so it wasn't a huge blowout there, but helped for sure.
Yeah.
Even though he had 5 points in the first half, somehow get up to 25. Second half, I think he made like 5 out of 7 threes in the second half. So yeah, made it a bit sweaty at the end, but for the entire course of the game, it was kind of free. So yeah, low unders. We are doing insanely good on unders so far this season. So over the last 2 months, I think we are like 70% on unders. So been great so far, and hopefully it continues.
Hopefully continues in this vein. So show is doing very well on the season now. We are up, I believe it's 4 units now on the season. We started the season at plus 7.9 from last season. So a bit of a head start, but even for this season, doing extremely well over there. Going to some of the chat here. Apparently there was a missed three that would have put Tatum over. And thankfully that saved us. I could not stomach another loss on the hook counter. And also, Alan mentions, yeah, with Scotty yesterday, it was crazy. First play of the game, as I said, the Nets win the jump. Simmons goes for a layup. He blocks him, goes coast to coast, lays it in. And then, like, the next play, oh no, 2 plays later, he missed a three. Then he made a three and did Mikal Bridges' celebration right in his face. All this, like, the first 90 seconds of the game. And I was thinking, like, what got into this guy over All-Star weekend? I don't know if he just got all this extra confidence from playing in the All-Star game, but he went right at the opposition's top defender. Yeah, that was good to see, and we hope to see more of that on the way for today. So 3 picks coming for you guys. We have a pretty big slate to work with overall. I just want to get Pips a quick word. We talked about this yesterday on the Thursday afternoon show, myself and Kirk Evans. Just a quick word on contenders in the NBA. At this point, with a third of the season to go thereabouts, who are your picks to come out of each conference?
For each conference. Oh man.
Yeah, NBA Finals.
Yeah,
Who's your on the
finals.
spot pick?
I mean, it's for the East Coast, probably obvious one going with the Celtics
Yeah.
because Porzingis is a cheat code. So yeah, I think like he's their second best player. So always spoke about it. So yeah, he's like him being healthy is a cheat code for them. Like
Yeah,
if
I
whenever
think
you think you can stop, then you have add Porzingis that can just kill you from all parts of the floor. And yeah, that's a huge edge. And for the West, it's
it's tough.
like it's tough. Like you can have like reasoning for like six maybe teams, like
Yeah.
one through six, 1 through 7 even. Suns can never like write them off because they can beat anyone out of these teams. Maybe not favors, but they can win. So I'll say Clippers if they are healthy, but they are lately struggling with health. It looks like they are like having some injuries. Nuggets are always there. Wolves defense is amazing and they are improving over the course of the season. Do they have enough on the offensive side? Maybe, but their defense is amazing. So yeah, like so many teams can win from the West, and I'm not confident to call it like who is the favorite because I think there are like slim edges between all of these teams. Mavericks lately are playing amazing, and Kyrie and Luka being healthy, and now having some depth there is amazing. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Dallas Mavericks in the playoffs.
Yeah, it'll be fun if they got to get there first of all, but it'll be fun to watch Doncic and Kyrie Irving kind of going at it in the playoffs, and
If
then
we get
also having pick and roll partner galore with that team now.
if we get like a stretch of them being healthy throughout the rest of the season, both Luca and Kyrie, yeah, they're getting in first 6 places, I think, without much problems. So yeah,
Uh,
just like
my pick in the West, I think I agree with you. There's obviously a lot of questions, but I think if everybody's at their best, it's the Clippers. It's finally the year that they get over that hump, get to the finals. But I think there's a pretty sizable gap between the Celtics and anybody else in the NBA. They are just absolutely stacked. I mean,
yeah,
absolutely stacked.
with
They've
yeah,
got like 4 all-star caliber players in that starting five. It's nuts. Derek White is tremendous. Porzingis, you keep talking about how good he is. Yes, he's amazing. Tatum is obviously very good. Brown, we like the roast Brown. Brown's still a good player. Maybe not, shouldn't have been an all-star, but he's still a good player.
yeah. I mean, there's no scenario where I have Brown making All Star over Porzingis, but yeah, I mean, if you have like a third guy or fourth guy, Brown is amazing as a third or fourth guy on the team. So yeah, they are like very. They have a bit of everything. Great defense, great rim protection, great perimeter defenders, great shooters, great creators. Everyone can handle the ball. Everyone can make a three. Everyone can defend on their own. Like ultimate modern NBA team. Like this is it. Like
Yeah. I concur. I mean, I agree. I hate to say it
Also,
as somebody who does not like the Celtics, but yeah, they're the
yeah.
best.
Also, I always hate their closing the game process. I think it will be another year of problems there.
I hope
If
so.
you give like if you move the ball for like 45 minutes and then you just last 3 minutes give it like isolation stuff from Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum. I don't believe in this team in that scenario. But if you mix it up with some set actions and using Porzingis, then they are like almost impossible to beat. So it will be very interesting to see.
Yeah. Agree on all fronts there. I'm excited to see how it all goes down in the end. But I think we have some very exciting things coming up in the Western Conference. All right, that'll do it for the show today. Reminder, 3 picks on the way. Smash the like button if you're still watching and you enjoyed, and you're especially if you're tailing the picks, that definitely deserves a like. So support the show. Let's remind you what we did bet today. First of all, it was Zion Williamson under 26.5 points and over 3.5 assists, -110 at DraftKings. Just checked in right now. ESPN still does not have the alt lines available, which would probably give us a better price, but later on in the day, if you're watching back, I would recommend you want to check there before you place it at DraftKings. Second plays in the Raptors and Hawks game. This one is better at ESPN, but we're going to take the widely available option that anybody can get, which is -120 at DraftKings for Scotty Barnes, 18 plus points, and Trae Young, 20 plus points. And the final play in the Cavaliers and 76ers game, going to Tobias Harris under 18.5 points for -113 odds. All right, guys, that will do it. Thanks so much for watching. This will end off the week. Had 4 straight profitable days, looking to make it 5 straight profitable days and send us into the weekend with an extra bit of profit. Me and Pips, we're going to be back on Monday for more from the show, and we very much hope to see you there.